But seriously, again, I appreciate everybody coming. I see a lot of familiar faces. Like I said, during games, we see you up in the stands, we hear you in the stands. We really appreciate it. I know I can speak for everybody in the athletic department, Coach Dunn, all the other coaches, all the other administrators. We really appreciate your support. Not only your financial support, which is great when you send a check, but when you're in the stands, you're cheering for the home team, you're wearing green, you're wearing white, you're wearing some JU gear, which we have out on display on the front. If you don't have any, so again, it's very, very rewarding to know when we see you in the stands, when we hear you. It's very helpful for our program. I had a conversation with a couple of people the other day. Our National Signing Day is about to come up, and I'm not allowed to comment on the players until they sign their national letter, but just in general terms, we talked in a staff meeting about what can we do to better our program, our individual program, whether it's basketball, lacrosse, football, whatever. And we talk about a number of things, but one of the things that we see, visibly see each and every day is the support from you guys coming out to support us in games, coming out to support us in events like this. So again, I can't thank you guys enough. We are excited about this year. As people have said, and maybe some of you have read, we do have 4 returning starters to this year's team. Last year, somehow we got lucky and won 18 games. We came in first place in the regular season, got back to the conference finals. Unfortunately, we lost in that final game to East Tennessee State. But again, we got a chance to play in the postseason in the NIT against the University of Florida. Again, very rewarding for our players to know that their hard work resulted in winning a championship, resulted in bringing a postseason tournament back to JU after 20 couple years. So again, very rewarding for those players. This year's group, we have 5 freshmen that have no idea what it takes to get back to the conference finals. They have absolutely no idea what it's going to take to win back-to-back regular season conference championship again. They have no idea. So they're excited about this year's team. They're starting to read some articles about last year's team. I remind them all the time, like, hey, you guys had nothing to do with it. So, but we also tell them that, hey, because of the people ahead of you, because of the teams and the players that played before you, hey, you can capitalize on what these other people have done. They have shown you the path. They have shown you what it's going to take to be good, to get out on the court and contribute to a championship team. And that's kind of been our focus this year. We've talked to the returners, we've talked to the incoming freshmen just about, hey, we just want to try to keep getting better. I know some of you guys in the media are probably sick of me saying the same thing. I use the word progress all the time. I use the same terms. We just want to get better each and every day, each and every week, and each and every year. So I apologize for keep saying the same thing, but again, our goals are the same. If you can continue to get better every year, eventually you're going to win a championship. I said the same things my first year. My first year we only won 1 game. But as the years have progressed, we've gotten better and better and better. So again, we just want to try to keep getting better in everything that we do. Not just wins and losses. We just want to try to keep getting better in everything that we do. Like I said, this year we're very excited. We have a very challenging schedule. As many of you know, you've read it in the newspaper, you've seen it online. We're playing some high major teams from some high major conferences. We're very happy and pleased to host University of Florida here at our arena. We're very excited about that. I know a lot of you people in the stands are Florida fans and some are Florida graduates. So again, please, at least for that game, could you cheer for us? We would appreciate that. So again, but that's fine. Like I said, they're going to be very, very good. Billy Donovan and his staff, they do a tremendous job. They've got some talented players. And we're going to try to capitalize off of that as well. We're going to play Florida State, our first game in Tallahassee, opening game for us, opening game for them. I brought a few notes up here. It's actually from their exhibition game last night. They had 2 exhibition games. Last night's exhibition game was against Georgetown, an NAIA school out of Kentucky that's annually very, very good. And I read some of the notes. some of the newspaper articles. I printed off a box score, and some of the better players that Florida State did play. They said they're saving them for the first game. They want to make sure that they're 100% healthy. And then just one of the quotes at the end, talk about the good and the bad that Florida State did during the game. And at the end it just says, Jacksonville is going to be a very interesting test for FSU. Cliff Warren's club is the best in their conference and returns a lot of experience with a bit more size. Remember, FSU only beat them by 2 a season ago. So, again, last year we probably could have said, hey, we crept up on FSU, we snuck up on them, they let their foot off the gas, because if many of you were here, you remember they had us down by 20 couple points. Many of you in this room probably left and said, I'm going to go play some golf. Jacksonville's getting killed. We didn't get killed. Our players fought and fought and fought and persevered through being down 20 points. We ended up losing the game by 2, but had a chance to win the game after a missed free throw by Tony Douglas, who's their starting point guard, who now starts for the New York Knicks. So I think last year we surprised FSU. I think reading some of these articles, I think there's going to be no surprise. I think they're a very, very talented team. I think they're going to be well prepared for the game. So we're going to try to prepare as best we can for our opening game and for the course of the season. We play this challenging schedule so that we can be ready for the Atlantic Sun Conference play. And we think, at least in the last couple of years, it has prepared us, it has toughened us up, so to speak, so that we can advance as far as we can in the ASUN Conference. But again, like I started off by saying, I just appreciate you guys being here today. And again, we look forward to seeing you guys at all of our home games. And please come to some away games too, because when we go on the road sometimes, it's maybe 1 or 2 parents clapping in the stands, and everybody else is saying nasty things about myself and my team. So please come out and support us. We need your support. Any questions at all? Yes, sir.
Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen graduated last May. Got very, very proud that he graduated on time. I didn't have to hold his hand for anything. So he is in the process of changing sports agents. He had a sports agent in the summer. He had an offer to go play in Denmark with the former sports agent. The deal did not go through. He fired that agent. Now he's in the process of getting a new agent and looking for a new basketball job to play basketball overseas. Right now he has some things in the works. You're just waiting on the actual contract to come into him. One of the places is Finland, and the other place is in Australia. So we're just waiting on a contract to come in. And I told him, the minute it comes through, don't even read it, just sign it. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Can you give us a thumbnail sketch of the 5 freshmen or anybody else that we don't know about?
Well, our freshman class, Russell Powell is a point guard out of Noonan, Georgia. He is a little bit smaller than Ben Smith, but probably a little quicker. He was a football quarterback in high school and a point guard in high school. Jimmy McMurrin is a shooting guard out of Las Vegas, about 6'3", about 200 pounds. Really, really good standstill shooter. Still trying to learn the pace at which we have to play at. Glenn Powell is a freshman. He's a power forward. We may play him a little bit more at center because he's a very, very good rebounder. Very strong, very athletic.
I think so.
He's 6'6". Josh Sparks was the player of the year in Savannah, Georgia, about 6'8", very thin, only 190 pounds. Again, still trying to learn and adjust to the college game. And a local player by the name of Chris Rozier, who went to Wolfson High School. He's probably 6'6", very athletic. He may remind you, when it's all said and done, not today, but when it's all said and done, of Lehman Coburn. He can score inside, he's athletic, and he can step outside and shoot the basketball. But all 5 freshmen are still freshmen, so to speak. They're still learning the game, they're still learning what it takes, and the urgency of what we need to be successful. As well as they're adjusting to school, they're adjusting to being away from home. So all those things come into play with those freshmen. So I think once they get used to it, I think they'll be welcome additions to our team.